Okay, I think he's coming now. Awesome. So we have with us Doug. Awesome. Nice to see you. How are you doing?
Good to see you.
Awesome. I'm just gonna put the voice a little bit louder. Awesome. Okay, great. How are you doing in Denver?
Good, man. The turnout has been amazing. I took a little break. I'm in my hotel right now, but ETH Denver is been overwhelming. The turnout has been great. The enthusiasm for DeFi and Web3 and Ethereum has been really great. So it's really been great to be here.
Awesome. You've been there like since a couple days now, right?
Yeah, about 4 days now. We've got a booth, and all of our team has spoken at different events and panel talks. Vitalik's been here. It's been really great. Yeah.
You've met Vitalik? Did you see him?
Of course, Vitalik is
Awesome.
very close to our team. Yes.
So cool. Awesome. Okay. And how many are you guys there of the team?
So our team, like total worldwide, we've got about 50, 55, 60, something like that. But we've got about 12 people here at ETH Denver.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, first of all, thank you very much to come to CryptoLogic FR here. So it's the first time we're going to interview someone in English. So it's going to be good, but awesome. We hope that the people will understand quite a much about this product. Maybe we can start off with a small introduction about who is Doug, what are you doing at Metis, and afterwards we can talk a little bit more about the project.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I'm the Director of Business Development for Metis. I handle partnerships, I handle marketing, I meet with all kinds of different Web3 projects and Web2 projects as well that are looking to deploy on layer 2. And we're rapidly growing. So we launched about 10 weeks ago, and we've rapidly became the number 3 layer 2 by TVL, and it's been a really great experience.
Awesome, cool. So I know there's a lot of people who already heard about Metisdao, but maybe you can give us like a short brief about an overview about what is Metis products, and maybe also talk a little bit about the DAO, if that's okay.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, we're a layer 2. We are just like any other layer 2 on Ethereum. We're an optimistic rollup, so we're a fork of optimism. We just have a couple extra features that differentiate us from different layer 2s. The most common layer 2 is Polygon. They've obviously had great success. However, they're not a true layer 2. They're actually a side chain. So in the category of true layer 2s, you have optimistic rollups and ZK rollups. In the category of optimistic rollups, we are the number 3 version of those. Our transaction fees are $2 to $3 compared to $200 to $300 on Ethereum. So you can go on our layer 2 and do swaps, mint NFTs for $2 to $3 versus $2 to $300 on Ethereum. You can mint NFTs for very cheap compared to any other way on Ethereum.
Exactly.
Aside from that, our biggest claim to fame is dApps, which is our Decentralized Autonomous Companies. And that is something that Vitalik actually wrote a paper on in 2014. And nobody really did anything with it. And it's kind of a evolution of DAOs. And DAOs are a decentralized autonomous organizations. But basically, they're a bunch of guys in Discord groups, with a treasury, versus our version of that is decentralized autonomous companies, which is where we can have the complete Web 2 version of that transition to Web3. So payroll, HR, accounting, any of those things, basically DAOs on steroids. And the goal is to transition thousands of Web2 companies to Web3. And we do that via our no-code infrastructure with our pull list middleware. So you don't need to know any Solidity. You don't need to know blockchain. You don't need to know anything about Ethereum. And you can transition your company from Web 2.0 to Web 3.0 and do that via our pull list middleware.
Yeah, awesome. I think this is really the main goal for a couple projects actually, is really to be able to bring this Web 2 into Web 3 without them really to like understand what is blockchain, how does it work, can we also participate or not. So I think it's really very useful today to have those kind of projects who will also bring this adoption to cryptocurrencies today. So really awesome. Maybe to come back just a little bit back on layers. So you talked about layer 2 as well. So you're one of the first as well, layer 2 on Ethereum today. Can you just explain for the people who don't understand what is a layer 1 and what is layer 2, and so they can maybe understand what are you guys actually doing with layer 2?
Absolutely. So so you saw last year, right? The narrative was Ethereum. You had Ethereum, and Ethereum got very, very popular. NFTs got really, really big, but because Ethereum got really, really popular, the scalability of Ethereum kind of slowed down. Basically, in any blockchain, you have what's called a blockchain trilemma. You can be fast, you can be secure, or you can be decentralized. And so there was a rise of different layer 1s. You've got Ethereum, which is layer 1. So you got Solana, you've got Avalanche, and all these competing layer 1s that want to kind of take the thunder away from Ethereum, but they're not truly decentralized. They're not decentralized at all. And I mean, what are we doing here, right? Like the core tenet of blockchain is decentralization, and that is
I agree,
because nobody wants to have any of the different nodes that you can control to be able to be controlled by anybody else. So you've seen that with Solana going down, even Polygon. Polygon, they claim kind of is a layer 2. It's actually technically a side chain. And so a layer 2 is a way to have this security and decentralization of Ethereum. But it's like Ethereum is the main highway. And then you have layer 2s, which is like side roads. And so we benefit from the security and decentralization of Ethereum, but we also can benefit from having lower fees and lower transaction fees and faster speeds as well.
Perfect. Maybe also, is it as secure than Ethereum?
Absolutely. Yeah. So we have the security of the Ethereum blockchain because of the complete decentralization, and then it's just as fast and just as secure as well.
Perfect. Awesome. Can you maybe provide us with some examples of like a real world application that you have at Metis?
I mean, sure. We've got 90 plus decentralized applications that are currently running on Metis. DeFi, NFTs, blockchain, play to earn games. I mean, our ecosystem is constantly growing. So there's plenty of real world applications. We're also in talks with various Web2 companies at the moment to kind of grow that. Like primarily we're a layer 2, right? So fast transactions and low fees. That's our main claim to fame. However, in the future, in the next, we've got a 10-year roadmap, and that's going to be dedicated to transitioning current Web 2 businesses to Web 3. And when I say Web 2, I mean any business, a landscaping business, a real estate business, payroll, HR, supply chain, pretty much anything you can imagine is going to be able to transition to the blockchain via dApps. Like, it really is the future. We've got a 10-year roadmap, and it's really exciting what we're trying to do.
Awesome.
We're going to do.
Okay, perfect. So
Yeah.
maybe also because of Metis, you've been working on it now since a couple months or even years today, but you didn't launch since not long time ago, if I'm right.
Yeah, so we launched in stealth. Actually, we're a fork of Optimism. So we Optimism launched about a year and a half ago. We launched in May of 2021 officially, but 2 years before that is when our development actually started, and we've since then launched our mainnet in November of 2021, and since our mainnet launched, we've rapidly ran up the ranks to number 3 in total value locked to $550 million of TVL. So it's
Crazy.
It's been a crazy ride. It's been rapid development, and it's not random. Like we have very deep connections to the crypto infrastructure, without getting into name drops and anything like that. We've got an amazing team that is very dedicated to the mission.
Awesome. Can we have some names, or is this like a secret for the moment?
I mean, it's not quite a secret. We've got a $100 million ecosystem development fund that's led by Natalia Ameline. She's got
Crazy.
that fund is dedicated to our just any dApp that develops on our network. We also have something that's really innovative and unique to our network and layer 2s, and that's called builder mining. And so the way the builder mining program works is that 30% of all transaction revenue generated by any dApp that's developed on a network. So if you've got a DEX, if you've got a play to earn game, if you've got a DeFi platform and you deploy in Metis, 30% of all the transaction revenue that you generate, we kick that back to you. So we literally pay you to be on our network. No other layer 2 does this. And so we're really excited about that. It's revolutionary for any layer 2.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And so to talk maybe a little bit more for investors or people who would like also to invest, for example, in Metis, can you talk a little bit more about the tokenomics, where we have like a little bit more numbers? What is the total supply today, the current supply, the max supply? Can we have a little bit more information on this?
Absolutely. So our current supply, I think we're at 2 million, somewhere in the $2 million range. We just had an unlock. But honestly, I've been around for a minute in blockchain, and I've seen a lot of different tokenomics. This is by far the best tokenomics I've ever seen in a project. We've only had we had a $5 million VC raise. That's it.
$5 million.
$5 million. That's it to completely fund our project. Since then, obviously we've rapidly blown up, but not only that, we've got a 10-year roadmap. Our tokenomics total supply over 10 years will be $10 million, but that's hard capped at $5 million over the next 5 years. So over the next
5 million tokens or $5 million?
5 million tokens.
Okay.
So think of it like Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's only got 21 million tokens. We've got 5 million tokens soft cap and a 10 million token hard cap. And the difference of the 5 million tokens, that is dedicated to that builder mining program. So essentially, we've got an extremely limited supply. I mean, if you do the math and you do the numbers, I mean, I'm not trying to talk about token much, but if you think about just anything with crypto and decentralization and limited supply, we're going to go high. So
I agree 100%. Yeah, sure. I can also believe in that. But do we have like more information on the white paper for if you have like, I don't know, burn systems, or you have, for example, how will the tokens come out in the max supply in the next 10 years? I guess all those informations, we can find them on the white paper.
Absolutely, yeah. So you can find our white paper on metis.io, and but it's pretty simple, really. We've got our the way the tokenomics work. We've got a couple more unlocks over the next couple months, and then after that, we reach our soft cap of 5 million tokens, and then that kind of completes our soft roadmap. And then for the next 5 years plus, it's just another 5 million tokens dedicated to the builder mining program, and all those tokens get kicked back to developers. So, and that goes back to our commitment to decentralization over the next a few quarters that will basically give all the tokens back to the community. So 10 million tokens total cap, and I mean that's pretty much all it is.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Of course, something very, very important for a lot of projects today is the audit. Is there some code audited from Metis today, and from maybe who, if we can have more information on that?
Yeah, so we've actually been triple audited. Most people, they've got 1 or 2 audits from different firms. But
what does that mean, triple audited?
I mean, well, we're a layer 2, right? So you're trusting us with your tokens. You've got a bridge to us. Well, it's not just like any other dApp or DEX or anything like that. We're a layer 2, so we've got to be pretty much triple secure. So we've been triple audited by 3 firms: Armor Security, Slowmist, and of course Hacking. So they've all verified us. We've been triple audited. Our code has been gone through so many times, and we're extremely secure.
Okay, awesome. Very nice. So you already told us just before that you were more than 50 or 60 people worldwide in the team, if I'm right. But can you tell us a little bit more about the team and when and why did you launch this product?
Certainly. So it actually started about 3 years ago. So we have two co-founders, well, 3 really, but it started about 3 years ago. Elena Sinolikova, and she was a co-founder of CryptoChecks with Natalia Ameline, who's actually Vitalik's mother. And they founded CryptoChecks as a way for females to get empowered in blockchain. And it grew to about 50 different countries. And they wanted to find a way to empower different women in crypto. Throughout that, they grew and discovered different projects, and that growth led them to form a large ecosystem of smart people, and then ultimately like a hatchery to launch new blockchain projects. It was there that Elena met Yuan. Yuan's like an absolute genius. He started coding at age 6. He's got an incredible analytical mind and massive ambitions, and he's really a great dude. He's very hip at happening everything in the blockchain and crypto worlds. And then Elena met another a lead for IBM's Hyperledger project. That was Kevin Liu. And then Kevin understands like product development and the building better than anyone I've pretty much ever met. He's a serial founder. He's been around in the blockchain world, multiple bull and bear markets. So 3 of them founded Metis with the exact same goal of CryptoChecks, pretty much to just make blockchain accessible to everybody. And that's kind of how Metis came together.
Okay, awesome. And what was actually the goal of maybe of this product when you launched?
Primarily the goal, well, it's twofold. Primarily the goal was to reduce transaction fees and increase the speeds of Ethereum. The narrative of the last year was Ethereum is slow, Ethereum is too expensive. And so there was all these other layer 1 chains that came out and were going to be faster and better and all these things. But then you saw that they're centralized and they're going down. Like the one thing a blockchain cannot do is go down. Like that's a network, a blockchain network can never go down. And look at Solana, look at Polygon, they're going down. That's crazy. So
when you mean down, do you mean price, or do you mean how do you mean
no?
Down?
I mean the network shuts down. And you saw that with Solana, you saw that with Polygon, in the last few months and last year.
Yeah,
and so
I see.
the narrative of alternative layer ones is kind of fading, and it's becoming more clear now that it's going to be Ethereum is going to win the battle, and it's going to be different layer twos that are going to support Ethereum. And
Okay,
so
I see.
that's a primary goal of us.
I see, totally. So first there's the vision of all these layers. One, that okay, it's maybe even a mistake to begin with them, because we already have a very awesome layer one, even a couple of them today, between Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, or others. You guys decided to build on top of Ethereum. I believe that you have a lot of vision behind Ethereum on the long term as well. How do you see if I may also ask, how do you see the future of Ethereum layer one in the next maybe 2, 3, 4 years from here? Will it always be a problem, do you think, like, for example, in fees?
No. I mean, it's Vitalik's even said himself, the future of Ethereum is different layer twos, right? You've got your main highway, and then you've got different layer twos. There's gonna be specialized layer twos. Look at IMX; they're just focused on NFTs. We're focused on a broad ecosystem. There's, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 layer twos. There might be 5 or 10 that survive 10 years from now, but they're going to be different roads that allow you to do whatever you want to do on Ethereum, because you've got the security and you've got the decentralization of Ethereum, and you cannot beat that. And if you look at any alternative layer one, they cannot beat Ethereum when it comes to decentralization and security. And just like with Bitcoin, you've got this massive network of different nodes that are completely distributed and you can't shut it down.
No.
But when you've got different layer ones that are funded by VCs and can be controlled by, you've got 8 keys that are controlled by 6 people. I'm not going to say they're going to rug pull, but they could. And so that's why it's really, really important that we have the security and decentralization of Ethereum, and we have these layer twos.
Yeah, I see, totally. If in the future Ethereum in layer one will have those fees very low, everything goes well, and on layer one, will we still need those layers too? And will we still need your products like Metis at that moment? And
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, so there's a big push for ETH 2.0 that might come this year. That might come in 5 years. Who knows when it comes? It will increase the throughput of Ethereum when they do transition to proof of stake. However, that will just increase the throughput of any layer twos as well, because we're not trying. Everybody's focused on the now and the here, but we're thinking of 5, 10 years in the future. We're trying to onboard the next 5 billion people to crypto. We're trying to completely revolutionize the world, and absolutely layer twos will be needed. And Ethereum cannot survive without layer twos, and layer twos cannot survive without Ethereum.
Okay, perfect, awesome. Will there be like a cross chain layer 2 between them on Ethereum?
It's not really cross chain. They're one and the same, right? Like
they will be able to communicate constantly with each other, I guess.
Precisely. Yep. You got it. Yeah.
Okay,
yep.
It's already like this today, so.
Yes, correct.
Perfect, awesome. The name Metis, why did you decide to? Maybe I'm pronouncing it very, very bad. Sorry, but do we say Metis or Metis?
It's actually Metis.
Oh,
Metis?
My bad. It's Metis.
No, you're fine.
Metis. It's maybe my French
it's
side.
Actually, no, it's okay. So she's the Greek goddess of wisdom. And she's the wisdom, cunning, prudence, and a good counsel. She was actually Athena's mother, but because we're like a blockchain company founded by female founders, and we're really into female empowerment, we wanted to pick a a name and a logo and a mascot that was truly embodying the values of female empowerment in crypto. And so
That's cool.
Metis, yeah. So that's where she gets her name, and it just goes with the core values of our company.
Okay, awesome. I really like that. I never heard someone presenting a name on that side, so quite cool.
Right. Yeah.
I did see that you had an amazing active community as well on Twitter, on Telegram. Can you tell us a little bit more about how did you do maybe like your marketing? How does it come that you have such an active community behind Metis? Metis, sorry, my bad.
You're good. You're good. No, sure. So it's just rapidly grown. We've you know, we launched our token in May of 2021. We launched our mainnet in October, November 2021. But it's just been just organic growth of people understanding the value proposition that we're bringing. We've got 40,000 people in our Telegram group, 105,000 people on our Twitter right now that are following us. And I've been in a lot of different crypto projects and a lot of different crypto communities, and I've never met such. I wholeheartedly believe that our community, the Metis community, is the best community in crypto. I believe that we have the most advanced logic. They're just they're a lot more intelligent. They understand the fundamentals of what we're trying to do. They understand the next few years of what we're trying to do, and it's just been really inspiring. Growing that community has been actually quite easy because we just put the facts out there. We are very transparent. We're very active, and we're very responsive, and so the community respects that, and it's been very easy to grow our community based on that.
Awesome. Yeah, I think it's very important to be able to be not only you have to be transparent, available, be able to answer all the questions. We do see a lot of products today where they don't answer us, and it's quite annoying, to be honest, because we would just like to have more information, more transparency, and it's not coming from all products today. So I think it's really good to have this, and you're doing a great job on this, I believe. You talked just before about Polygon, like Matic. So you did say it's not a layer one, it's like a side chain, but we do see today like most of the products working with Matic, with Polygon. So they've been doing actually an amazing job as well. Maybe not for the long term, it's possible. At least this is what I've been hearing from your beliefs. But at least at this moment, they're doing quite a good job. Will there be enough place for Metis to also have some users, or will in the future we will use Metis and Polygon, or only Polygon, or only Metis? How will it be from your point of view?
So yeah, it's a really great question. Just a few points. So Matic is they're a commit chain. They're a side chain. They are very centralized, and they're not at all a decentralized rollup like Metis is. That means they can leave themselves vulnerable to all the trust and security risks that come with centralization. And on the other hand, Metis inherits all the security and decentralization that comes with being a layer on top of Ethereum. And then, as mentioned earlier, Metis is far more than just a scaling solution. We've got features such as IPFS data storage, dApps that form the backbone of the future Web3 economy, and middleware to make it fast and easy for all companies to jump on a Metis network with zero coding experience, to make Metis a solution with far wide-reaching functionality than Matic. We've got so many different advantages over Matic. They've had the first mover advantage, yes. They've got a bigger ecosystem. They might be faster, they might be cheaper, but as you've seen, they've gone down, and they are very centralized. And I think it's very clear that the future of Ethereum, and especially blockchain, what matters most is the decentralization. Matic's great. They might be around in 5 years. I can promise you we'll be around in 10 years. And this might just be my opinion, but I wholeheartedly believe that we will overtake Matic both in our ecosystem, our TVL, and our market cap. And so, sure, Matic might be around, but I can guarantee you that Metis will be around, and we're doing big things to continue to grow.
I do. So I'm not a tech guy, so I can't really talk sometimes like on the real decentralization and the security sometimes on blockchain, but I do try to have some information from people who do know a lot of it. And I think today, from just my point of view, if I can just also share it, I think today indeed Polygon, what's really amazing and why people are really using today Polygon are trying to put as well their token on it. It's actually the fact that it's fast, it's cheap, so that's quite cool. There's indeed dexes like QuickSwap and everything where you can indeed go trade on with pool of liquidities. But I think today when we have like exchanges like Binance, and they can also add the network of Polygon to MetaMask, at that moment it gives that huge opportunity to all those users on centralized exchanges, to be able as well to just transfer their real tokens that are normally like on Ethereum and stuff, where that brings really today the big adoption on Polygon. I think it's going to be maybe just for very small amount of time. But what I do believe is that decentralization and the security is one of the most important thing today for the future, to be honest, in blockchain. So I don't know exactly between Metis and Polygon. I believe you. I'm going to research more. I'm going to have a little bit more, do my own research, of course. I think it's good for everyone to do that as well. It's always good.
Of course.
But I 100% agree with you. I think this is really, we have to go like in the future for decentralization and security. That's the goal. And when we have scalability on the blockchain, that's even better, or layer 2, of course.
Yep.
I still have one last question for you, but I just wanted to also just tell, maybe just in French, so I'm sorry if you don't understand me, but it's just for the people who are actually listening at this moment. So if people will have more questions later on, because if they have some questions, we will be able to just try to ask them at the end of my question as well. Donc, s'il y a des gens qui ont des questions, je ne sais pas si vous avez tout compris jusqu'à présent ou pas, si vous connaissez déjà un tout petit peu le projet de Metis ou pas. Mais en tout cas, si vous avez des questions à poser actuellement à Doug aujourd'hui, n'hésitez surtout pas à mettre des petites questions justement sur le chat. Comme ça, moi, je peux reprendre vos questions, les traduire en anglais, et puis comme ça, on peut faire un petit Q&A à la fin. Et sinon, il n'y a pas de souci, et puis on pourra continuer, puis finir l'interview un petit peu plus tôt que prévu. So, my last question for you, after we will be able to let you go back to the events of Denver. With Metis, with the launch that you had, what are the next milestones that you guys are going to have, and what can people expect for the future from now on?
Great question. We've got so many things on our way. Probably our biggest is our IPFS data storage. That is going to allow us to reduce our transaction fees. Currently, they're about $2 to $3, and that will reduce them to just a few cents. That is, it allows us to scale on our own without being limited by external systems. It enables the storage of massive amounts of data, very cheap, on chain. This is huge. This is something that very, very few layer 2s do.
It's crazy. When you talk about a couple cents, do we mean 40, 50 cents, like sometimes Binance Smart Chain, or do we have more like 10 cents, 5 cents, or we can see the penny?
Yeah, not quite a penny, but 5, 10, 15 cents, right in there.
Cool.
Very, very
awesome.
Cheap. Yeah, and that's compared to what, $200-300 on Ethereum. So yeah, you cannot beat that. And then we've had an amazing milestone that we've already achieved with our roadmap. Aside from that, our DAC infrastructure. That's probably the biggest thing. So we're primarily a layer 2, fast transactions, cheap transactions. That's fine. That's great. But what we really are excited about is our DAC infrastructure that allows, that's DAOs on steroids, I like to say. It's allows payroll, HR, finance, supply chain, everything that a Web2 business can do on the blockchain. And so we allow businesses to do that with our Polis no-code infrastructure. So without any coding experience, you can go and create your own DAC. And by doing that, yeah, it really is crazy. And it's really, really cool. So imagine creating a DAO, right? What's a DAO?
Mm.
A DAO is just a guys in a Telegram group voting with, they got a little bit of money. But a DAC is actually something so much bigger. Vitalik wrote a paper on this in 2014. Nobody did anything about it. We're actually doing something with it. By Q3, we'll be 110% decentralized. We'll have our DAC infrastructures completely out. So our roadmap is insane. We continue to innovate, develop, and build, regardless of what happens with the market, regardless of what happens with the overall financial infrastructure. We are going to continue to build and develop, and we're very, very excited about the next couple quarters. So we've got a great roadmap ahead of us, and we're really, really excited about the innovations that we're going to continue to bring to blockchain.
Really cool. Awesome. So may I ask also, because you have a mainnet, I guess, do we have like already some dates on the mainnet or not yet?
No, so we've been live. We've been live since November. We've got 85,
Great.
maybe 90 different dApps already deployed on our chain. We're completely permissionless as well, so anybody that wants to deploy on our chain can do so. And as an added bonus for any developers out there that are watching this, we have something called our Builder Mining Program. We kick back, and this is something that no other layer 2 does. We kick back 30% of all transaction revenue back to any decentralized application that develops on our platform. So, for instance, if you have a DEX, if you have a play to earn game, if you have a DeFi application, and you generate 10,000, 100,000 of revenue and transaction volume, we will pay you $3,000, $30,000. 30% of all transaction revenue that you generate will be kicked back to you in the form of Metis tokens. And that is our Builder Mining Program. It really is crazy. And we literally pay people to be on our network, to reward them, to kind of pay it back. And that is just what we're all about. We're dedicated to decentralization. We're dedicated to developers. We don't have crazy VC funding. We're literally the layer 2 of the people. And that's our claim to fame, is supporting the blockchain and everybody.
Yeah, I think it's very important today for a product to be able as well to give back to developers. I mean, we need them. We need so much developers today in blockchain. We don't have enough of them. So being able to give back to them and to be able to pay them for the hard work, and actually also the risk that they're taking sometimes to build stuff on new products, I think it's really very important to be able to help them out. So doing this is really awesome. Really, very, very nice job.
Absolutely.
So the French people are really not that quite amazing, because I don't see a lot of questions on the chat, to be honest. So
it's all right.
I think they will better understand when we'll put some subtitles as well on YouTube later on. But for the people who speak English, at least they did understand. Like, I think at least quite everything.
Of course.
Maybe I can just ask you like maybe as well like a question, maybe more personal, about how do you see today the world of cryptocurrencies? So we know that you're really into decentralization and security, I guess. So this is really very important as well. I think it's really one of the most important. Is there something else that you believe that tomorrow or the future will need in blockchain or cryptocurrencies?
I think that that's a great question for one. Look at what's happening today. Look at what's happening in the last week, in the last month, with what's happening in Canada, what's happening in Ukraine, what's happening in people trying to freeze. I think now more than ever, we need decentralization. We need people to take control of their money and own their own bank, be their own bank. And I think that if the events of the last few weeks and months have shown us anything, it's how important it is to be decentralized, and how important it is to actually own your own funds, and what the oligarchies and the governments of the world can do to seize those. And so it just proves the need for decentralized finance. And this is what we're doing. We're not doing this. Everybody thinks crypto is a get rich quick scheme. No, it's not. We're trying to change the world. We're trying to onboard the next 5 billion people to blockchain. That's what we're doing. We're not doing this to triple our money. We're doing this to truly change the world. This is a revolution. This is the internet in 1993. And if you don't get it, then you might not get it. But we get it. Everybody watching this is early. Everybody watching this understands it and gets it. And so we understand the power of decentralized finance and why we're doing what we're doing and how important it is and how crucial it is for the next 50, 100 years and our kids and our grandkids. Yeah. So what we're doing is for a purpose, and we truly believe in the power of decentralization and security.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I mean, if we take countries like Turkey today, and they have inflation of more than 40% on a year 2021, I think we still have a lot of problems today in our society. So there is some solutions, of course, outside. It's not easy to be able to get the mass adoption just in a couple weeks or months, of course. But I think that the movement of Satoshi Nakamoto with Bitcoin, I think it was a great movement. He really wanted to show something that we needed to improve. We had amazing people like Vitalik Buterin as well, who did an amazing job with Ethereum as well. And I think those kind of people today, we really can see that there is a change now. We're not talking about hundreds of thousands of people. We can really talk in millions of people today. I hope we can very soon talk about more than 1 billion people who's going to be really involved. But it's just a matter of time. But I totally agree with what you were saying. I think I agree. Perfect.
Very well.
Okay, great. Then I think we went through the product. That's really awesome. Thank you very much for your share. Cool. I see that you because it's like what it's like 5 p.m. at your place now.
Yeah. We're still rocking and rolling here, guys. Like ETH Denver is one of many conferences that Metis attends. We are going to ETH Dubai. We are going to Barcelona. We're going to Amsterdam. We are going all around the world, spreading the word of Metis. Awesome. For everybody in Europe and in France, we look forward to meeting with you, answering all your questions. Looking forward to doing more of these interviews. And this is just the beginning of spreading the Metis message. And you're going to be hearing a lot more from us. So I really appreciate the opportunity, Anthony, and with Cryptologic and everything else to spread the word. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for your time. It's really been awesome. And you will always be welcome at Cryptologic. And of course, if you will come to France or to Switzerland, because I'm based also in Switzerland, don't hesitate to just ping me so we can maybe have a beer together and talk about blockchain and decentralization. And so we can maybe have a next talk about Metis as well for our communities here on the French part of Switzerland, France, and Belgium and Canada. So really awesome. Thank you very much for your time, Doug. Really awesome. I hope that you will enjoy ETH Denver still. I mean, you have still the whole evening in front of you, so really cool. Enjoy it. Thank you very much for your time, and I wish you a perfect evening.
Thank you so much, Anthony. I really appreciate it. To all your viewers out there, thank you guys so much. You can reach out to me also on Telegram at Mr. MRDOUG1. Also known as Will Pumperly, because I will pump, and I'm always here for you and your community. And thank you guys so much for having me, and looking forward to speaking with you guys again.
Awesome. We will share all the links in the chat as well, just later on. Thank you very much for your time. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.